might have to cut it sideways.
Yeah.
So the chickens are loving their refurbished hen house. They've been starting to lay eggs. And this thing used to be a perch out of the old hen house. There used to be perches across and they'd sit at different levels, but it's all falling to pieces. And I thought it would make a great roof for like somewhere for them to shelter when it rains or when it's too sunny in this corner. And also put some stuff underneath for them to have dust baths in. So that's what I'm trying to do, convert this perch into a little, I don't know, chicken spa, chicken shwoo spa. So yeah, I'll probably just struggle for the next 2 hours.
Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Parsley, sage, rosemary in thyme. Remember me to one who lives there. She once was a true love of mine. Tell her to make me a Cambridge.
So this is the roof off the old shed that blew down. And you can just see there I've got some paper thin planks that were on this shed. It was such a cheap shed. No wonder it blew down. Anyway, I'm hoping to use this roof for the chicken spa. But I've got to get all these bits of wood off first.
Tell her to find me an acre of land. Parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme. Between the salt wall around the sea strand, then she'll be a true love of mine. Tell her to rip it in a secret of leather. Parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme. And together it all in a bunch of heather. Then she'll be a true love of mine. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme. Remember me to one who lives there. She once was a true love of mine. She once was a true love of mine.
Okay, so this is the chicken spa, all done. Just got the top part of the roof to go on, but we got to fill it with stuff for them to have a bath in, which I'll explain later. So yeah, it's recycled perch, a recycled shed roof, recycled feed bags, chicken feed bags, and this polypropylene weed suppressant is made of recycled polypropylene. So it's yeah, hopefully they'll go in. Yeah, so it's somewhere for them to go when it's raining, or it's too sunny, or they just want a dirt bath. I'll bring you a bit closer to have a look. So that's it. Bit of a strange shape, that frame, but it works. That's the main thing. So it's got the plastic on the back there to make a window, or it would have been too dark in there. It's on the weed suppressant. There's the roof. And now we just have to fill it up. Put a board at the back and the front to hold the contents in. So now I'll show you the mixture that we've made to go inside. Alright, so here's the mixture that we've just made up, and it consists of, what is it again?
Diatomaceous earth,
Sand,
compost, and
wood ash
Wood ash.
out of our
yeah,
wood burner.
which is why it's very grey looking.
Yeah, we'll bring you over to have a
It
closer
kind of,
look.
you know what it looks like? It looks like dry concrete, almost. It looks like concrete.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We'll bring you over to have a look. And there it is. Hopefully the chooks and Bunty, possibly Manchu, will like having a bath in that. To be honest, I would not like to have a bath in that. But you know, each to their own. So now we've just got to put it in the bucket, because unfortunately this wagon does not fit in there. So we've got to put it in the bucket and fill it up. We made a small modification by putting these at the sides just to stop any dust going out that way. So now we've got to fill it up. Just put it in and then we've got a little overhang at the front, you see. So you'll need to drill a hole because you don't want to be pressing too hard or it goes right through. That's solid.
and it was good putting it's light in there.
Yeah. Well, when we find the other screws, we'll put them in.
What they think.
I want to get the chickens and put them in here. So let's clear up all this mess. Spoiled chickens. Can't see too well through the wire. It's taken the chooks a couple of days, but it looks as if they are happy with their new spa. They've been in there having dust baths, And it's really hot and sunny, so I think they're just in there keeping cool now. Zoom out a bit. There you go. And the Bunty's been in there as well, having a dust bath, but I don't think Manchu can fit his tail in there, so he hasn't been in. But yeah. Chook house, Chook spa. Happy chooks.
We're in Aldi getting shopping and we've been a bit naughty because we've got a lemon tree. It's got little lemons on it, and then we saw this, it was £24. A little... £24.99. It's on offer as well. And we're thinking about putting this in the greenhouse, aren't we?
Yeah.
In the polytunnel, and put the seeds on so they're extra protected. So, oh, we got some lovely crisps as well. Look at that. So, oh, it's made out of the same stuff as the rest of it is, look. It's the same
Matching.
fabric.
There's a lot of pieces there. Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
Look how many pieces there are. That's crazy. Well, have fun, Alex.
Well, it's going to take me a little while.
So I think we need to get back to you. I think we need to get back to you when we've made a little bit more progress.
Right, so greenhouse within a greenhouse is done. So last night we actually had to bring in all of the plants because I came out here to check, and where's the thermometer? Yeah, it went down to, I'm not sure if it'll still say, but no, it's not gonna say now. We moved on, but it said that it was -2 degrees last night, and I came in here and it was getting close to like 2 degrees Celsius. So we had to bring everything in because when the frost hit some of these things, like the tomatoes and the loofahs, they would just die. So in the middle of the night, it was about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, we had to bring all of these in, which wasn't fun. So we're hoping. And that was even with well, it's not new, but this old heater that we had in the porch of the house. Even with this in here, it did nothing. It was still freezing in here. But our thought is, this 20-odd pound mini greenhouse in the greenhouse, and with this heater in there, that'll be enough to keep these from freezing. So hopefully there's enough room in there to put these on the shelves in there. With the heater, that'll keep everything warm. And it wasn't too bad to put together. It was pretty straightforward. Everything just kind of slot together. A hell of a lot more easier. More easier? A lot. What am I trying to say? Much more easier. Much more easy. Much easier. For the love of God. Okay, so it was much easier than obviously doing all of this. Anyway, That's what's going to happen now before we go in. We're going to put everything in there. You can see on there it's about 17 degrees, 16.9 degrees Celsius, and I can actually change this to Fahrenheit as we speak, because I know we've got a lot of American viewers. That's it, 62.4 Fahrenheit. Not sure how Fahrenheit works, but that is 17 degrees Celsius, and 54% humidity as well, which is pretty good since it was absolutely it was like 99% in here this morning. But we've had this rolled up all day because it was extremely warm in here this morning. It was super hot. It was almost 40 degrees Celsius, which is crazy. I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit, but yeah, that's what's going to happen tonight. And I will update you to see if this is going to work. Fingers crossed, because this is a much smaller space. And this is also plugged into our brand new power bank from AFERY, which in turn is plugged into 2 solar panels which are out the front there. So anyway. So some of you might remember that just a little while ago we were sent the AFERY P210 2400 watt portable power station, and we've been using it for quite a while now, and if we hadn't had it, I think our seedlings probably, well, most definitely would have been dead by now, because this has been powering the heater in the greenhouse, and it has been getting down to freezing temperatures at night, and some of our crops in there would have honestly just perished by now. And also using our tools, so we've been using it for the chop saw, we've used it to power a little mini fridge as well in the polytunnel, so we can make tea, and we've also been using it to charge the batteries for our power tools as well. So all around it's been absolutely excellent. I was looking on the AFERY website and I noticed that they also make solar panels that pair with their power stations. So I cheekily asked AFERY if they could send us the AF S400 foldable solar panel to go with our power bank, so we didn't have to bring it back to the house to charge it up. We could charge it up just with the sunlight out here, and then at night power the heater in the polytunnel. It's been incredibly easy to use so far. It really easily folds out and folds in. I especially like the legs on the back. They are kind of on an elastic cord. So when you come to fold it up and you pull the solar panel towards you, the legs just fold in themselves, so there's no faffing around. It is waterproof to a certain degree, so we're not too worried about leaving it out here if there's a shower or anything. Right now, the sun is actually almost down. There's only a little sun on the solar panel, but it is pulling 55 watts of power from the sun for free, which is amazing. But during the day, like midday full sun, it pulls about 300 watts, over 300 watts. So this charges in no time during the day, from absolutely nothing. We already have 2 solar panels, but they are 2 massive, wobbly, flexible solar panels that are better off being attached to something. Whereas this is more practical for moving around and angling to any which way you need to angle it. So it has some USB ports actually connected to the panel, so you can actually potentially charge your phone or devices simply from the solar panel, which is a super cool addition as well. And it's been really convenient that the cable that connects to the power bank has a bit of length to it. It is quite long, so this can be the power bank inside the polytunnel, I just plug in the solar panel and there's plenty of room for me to move it around out here to face the sun as it moves during the day. So if you happen to have something like an allotment, I think a power bank like this, especially with the solar panels, would be an excellent addition. You can have all the luxuries like a little mini fridge, you can have heating and your polytunnel at night if need be. And a whole range of things. You could plug in your power tools if you don't have battery power tools and charge the batteries, charge your phone. You could just have electricity. You could even have lights in your polytunnel if you were there late at night. So I think grow mats, like heat mats that you can put seedlings on. This would power those perfectly. And we're very grateful to AFERY for sending us the P210 portable power station and the AF-S400 solar panel, foldable solar panel. And we'll leave our special discount code here. I think it might be on the screen right now, but it will also be down in the description and the comments. And I'll leave separate links for the power bank and the solar panel. However, you can also buy the power bank and the solar panel as a kit. And they also offer a 200 watt solar panel if you don't need anything quite as big as the 400 watt. But anyway, thank you very much for AFERY again for sponsoring this video for the second time. We're very grateful and we look forward to continuing using these for our upgraded polytunnel setup. I didn't even see the other one.
Right, so we've got as many weeds out as we can, and the soil's looking pretty good actually. There's a lot of worms in it, which is a good indicator of healthy soil. I'm hoping these worms will make their way up through whatever soil we're putting on the top. So that's the third bed. That's the other two.
They're very dry looking.
We've had very dry weather. We haven't had rain for, I can't even remember how long.
Weeks now.
Weeks, yeah. So
Hi, beans.
we are going to get some next week. So we want to get these dug, because when you cut the plastic off initially, the weed suppressant, the ground underneath is still very damp, so it's very difficult to dig because it's very sticky. So we had to let that dry out a bit before we could get the weeds out. But we're just going along, doing as much as we can, not panicking too much, and slowly but surely get it done. I know it looks like a lot of beds, 9 beds, but in reality this isn't even enough for one person to grow enough vegetables for one person in a year, never mind 2. But it's a start. So we're just going to dig the last of the compost out of the corner where the compost bin used to be, because we're moving the compost bins and making more of them anyway over where the garden is. But we just want this last bit of compost to put in our 3rd bed.
Pumpkin seeds. Do you think they'll germinate?
They've been there a long time, I don't know.
I know. Well, you take them.
Can I turn this off? So these are the potatoes we found before in this corner. And look, more. That's getting blown away. Look at all these potatoes. Plus I put 2 in there today. This is with just throwing like potato peelings away.
Yeah,
Or like
that rotten
bits of potato that you
Yeah.
you know, chopped off or something. It's crazy. So we might be able to grow some of these.
so thinly. 1.5 centimeters deep. When these are planted out, we'll have to cover them up, won't we?
Yeah.
and not eating them necessarily, just trampling them down.
So look, these will go around the cane, look,
Oh,
and
I
then clip
see.
into that stuff. I've had these for ages.
That's such a cool idea.
I thought you could just put the cane in, then drape the stuff over the top and put these clips in, stop it falling down the cane.
Yeah.
And then maybe put some blocks of wood around the edge or something. You have to water it. See, look.
Beans! Beans! Hi!
Like it's dinner time. It's dinner time.
I thought that might be why you're here. Don't you go in those beds. We've just woken up, haven't we, you know?